All right, greetings everyone. Welcome to week 40 in the Rise of Obticeo. I started this account January 1st, hit it with the hyperdrive bundle, and I update the account's progress every week. Talk about all the character and ship upgrades I'm doing, plans for the future, so that people can follow along. Pretty interesting times. We've got another relic ready to go this week. Week 40, we start off at 3.06 million galactic power. We added 50,000 last week. We got 14 relics, 20 zetas. We've got 5 Omicrons already. Qui-Gon, Akbar, Iden, Wampa, Admiral Raddus. The Akbar Omicron was a disappointment, but pretty satisfied with the other ones. We got the Shock T clones holding up our squad arena. Got Malevolence still getting us top 10. We're pushed out of the top 5 by all the Executors that are in the Shard. Project will be to get Hera reliced in week 42, since we're going to meet our target for relicking a character today. What I'm working on, I'm farming the Houndstooth still for a long time. Admiral Raddus, Bosk, and then Xanadu Blood and IG-2000. Need those ships in order to get the Millennium Falcon all the way to 7 stars. Then I'm farming Vandor Chewbacca. If we're going to relic Dash Rendar, I want to build a decent Dash team. We'll talk about that more here in a minute. In Fleet, we're doing Outrider, Rebel Y-Wing, and Mandalorian. I started farming the Raven's Claw a little bit. I switched over to farming the Mandalorian. I think it's more likely that we'll want that Razor Crest, so we'll go ahead and farm him up. We got Queel already because we farmed that node for the TIE Bomber. We've got some possibilities of working on Cara Dune and IG after this round of farming, so we'll take a look at that. In Cantina, we're working on L3 again for that Dash team, and then farming signal data. Mod Energy, we're working on speed and defense. And then for the refresh strategy, I went back up to 3 refreshes daily on mods, 3 on energy, and 2 on fleet. Not doing any Cantina refreshes right now because we're saving up for those high relic materials every week. And I think once I get my last Relic 9 material purchased, I'm probably just going to sit on that for a few weeks and redirect crystals over to Cantina refreshes. So 2 more weeks of purchasing, I think, and then we'll switch over and start doing more Cantina refreshes again. Shop plan is basically the same. In the Cantina, we're just feeding the Shard Shop. In the Guild Store, we're buying Carbantes, looking for good gear. Other than that, and Old Ben is really the only character that I'm focused on over there right now. In the squad, we're getting gear and, of course, prestige. We need lots of prestige for these capital ships we're building. In Fleet, we're looking for Rex's ship, and then, of course, anything for the Rebel Journey, the Bistons, U-Wing, all that stuff. In the Guild Event Store, we're getting Negotiator. So we got Malevolence at 5 stars. We're going to unlock Negotiator at 5 stars. Working on Bistons U-Wing. I don't think I'll buy many more purchases with Get One over there. I think we're on track with Bistons U-Wing. We'll wait to see later in the journey if we still feel like we're behind. We can switch back to it, but I won't spend anything there for now. And then we're working on Hermit Yoda. Again, if we're going for the JML journey after this, then it makes sense to go ahead and got the Wampa done, so we'll keep working on that Hermit Yoda. In the Shard Shop, we're going mostly for those Gear 13 purples and golds, but we're also still keeping an eye out for Mark IV Comlinks and the Mark 8 binocular components that we need so much. The plan for 5v5, the account is now in Chromium. I don't have 4 good fleets, and I certainly don't have a lot of good teams, and really what I lack is my one big defense. I always like to have a good fleet and one big defense to put and try to hold things up. But right now, all we've got is these clones, and the clones are not holding up. They didn't hold up in in the last round of 5s even. So now in Chromium, I doubt that the clones are going to get much done. That basically leaves me defending with ships. But then I thought, I could also try Vader on defense. I think I've got enough speed in the account that we can put Vader on defense. And potentially, there may be some opponents that don't have good mods. I think this is the team that has the highest likelihood of punishing bad mods in the opposing team. So I'll think about putting this Vader team on defense. And, of course, I don't think like I said, I don't think I have anything that can hold, really. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to lay some traps, see if we can bait the opponent into getting stuck on the back wall. It's about the best we can do. That's the presentation for this week. That's where we're at. That's where we're starting out. So with that in mind, we'll get over here and we'll catch up on chat, see who's hanging out. We got Cody Lay in the house. Alex Contard says hello. Phantom says hey DL. Hey Phantom, how you doing, man? David James says favorite streamer of the week. Let's go. All right, thanks, man. Thanks for being here. Alex just got Mara Jade and Dash to Relic 5. Now I'm stuck farming Kyle and Talon shards forever. Ooh, that's rough. Honestly, if it was me, I would pick a different project, because those characters are coming up within a month or two of being double drops. So with it being so close to double drops, man, I would have a hard time spending that much Cantina energy knowing that double drops are just around the corner. Build Savage Opress and Wampa or something like that. Take a couple other characters to Relic. And then circle back around for those two once they're double drops. Man, you can't... I'm telling you, it will save you so much Cantina energy. Basically, you'll farm both the characters in the amount of time it would have taken you to farm one. So the amount of resources that it would take you to farm one at single drop is what you save, which is a lot. It's a lot. I mean, if that's your project and that's what you're working on and you really want it, then go for it. But those guys are awful close to double drops. TK still didn't get his Vadercron. He's one of our Patreon group over in Discord, and he's been posting about how many refreshes and rerolls he's tried to do on those mods or the Datacrons, and he can't get that Vader Datacron to pop for him. So pretty frustrating. Man, these Dark Side Razor Crest shards are really going to move up my timeline for Executor. Nice. Nice. Looks like you can like it before it starts, says Maximus. I literally finished my Razor Crest farm from Fleet on Sunday. Yeah, right. You buy your last 330th shard, and then they give you free drops. The free drops are interesting, but that ship is not that hard to get out of Fleet. It took me I purchased it pretty much every time it showed up, and it took me, about 7 months to get it. I got it in month 8, but I don't think it started in the Fleet store until something like February, so I think it took about 7 months to buy. Not too bad, about the same as Grievous does, same drop rate as Grievous. Lord of Hunger says hi. Blessed Carrot's in the house. Lord of Hunger says DL is the best. Also love Glurmit. Glurmit the Frog. Glurmit's a pretty cool guy. Hey, fellow Inquisitors. Good to share this live stream with you all. Oh, super chat coming in from Carrot. Yeah, you helped me so much. Thanks. I'm giving back. Oh, thank you, Carrot. You're really you're really an awesome person. I appreciate you, Carrot. What a good guy. Thank you. Aisling of the North says good evening all. TK says Relic 5 Dash did some work in 3v3s with Queel and Kyle. Not beating A teams, but they beat some stuff. Dash is a monster. Dash is he's a monster. Even without the Datacron. He's pretty fantastic. Chromium is full of big accounts with bad mods. One good defensive team can full stop a lot of opponents. Yeah, exactly, Vels. I don't feel like I have that one good defensive team on the Obticeo account yet. Like a Revan team, or if I'd gone for gas and grabbed gas real quick on my way through, that would have probably been a wise decision. But yeah, I lack that one good big team for defense. Terror 404 says greetings from Slovakia. Well, hey, greetings, Terror 404. Glad to have you with us. Keat says hey, DL. Don Tallow says hi. Brandy Banta says just got my JKR this week. Nice. Alex Contart says I really want Starkiller. Yeah, well, keep going on him then. Don't wait for the double drops if you want him that bad. Yep. Zotar says, is Ami Savage almost as good as Ami Wampa? I don't have the Ami Savage yet, but from what I understand, Ami Savage is superior to Ami Wampa. Other people in the chat can tell me what they've seen or heard, but I hear Savage is pretty ridiculous in Grand Arena with that Omicron. So if somebody has direct experience, if they have the Savage, let me know. But yeah, I heard he's beyond Wampa level. I can't get the cooldown reduction Datacron for the life of me. I've done 3 full Datacrons with rerolls up to 80. Yeah, RNG is a horrible thing. I got one. I got lucky on the Loquitur account, so I've got one now. But yeah, it's rough. Mark Benningfield says hello all. Mark Benfield says hey DL and all in the room. Hey. Just another consumer says I'm near where Obticeo is. I have SLKR, but my mods are okay at best. Enjoy watching your stream and look forward to your GAC matches. Oh, thanks, Mark. Savage has one big advantage. He can work with a team. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember Savage's text off the top of my head. But yeah, so Savage can be in a team. He doesn't have to be solo like Wampa. Lord of Hunger says, it's crazy. I got exactly what I wanted on all the other sets. Yikes. Blessed Carrot says, speaking of gas, I got the last tier. Now that I have Padme R5 and Wampa to 7-star for Jedi Knight Luke. Nice. 7-star Wampa. Good to go. All right, well, let's get into this account and let's see if we can make some improvements and what we can get done this week. All right. What do we have here? Got this Jyn Erso ready to go. We'll upgrade her. And we'll start getting relic levels here. I think I'm pretty good. On this account, I think I'm pretty good on my relic scraps. So I don't think we'll have to go find bronzium wiring like I do on the Loquitur account every time. I didn't notice before, but this blaster has a little bit of bluing on the end of it. Like it's been used a lot. It's a nice little effect. Pretty clever. All right, and then I think when we hit 5, we should see the quest completion pop up here. Yes? No? There it is. Okay. Phew! I thought 5 was the number we were looking for. All right, Relic 5. I put some mods on her. Let's say some of the medium grade mods. Let's take a look. Rogue One allies are immune to buff immunity, and she's immune to stun. And then she's got a Territory Wars Omicron. So I don't think we want either one of those yet. We'll go ahead and put the Omega there. The Omega here is just damage, so I kind of don't care about it. How much? Well, let's take a look. What's her offense look like? 6,200. Without too much trying. Yeah, we can afford the 5 Omegas for it. I'm cheap on Omegas, guys. I hate spending Omegas unless I really need to. Take a look at her mods real quick. She's at 292 speed. Almost got her to 300 speed. 7 speed there. Got a 21 speed here. That's pretty nice. 10 speed, 14 speed, 9 speed. So these mods aren't that great. I don't think it'll take too much to pop her up over 300 speed here once we get a few better mods for her. So middle of the road kind of stuff, but not horrible. So we'll try to get her involved in the gaming. I think we can take her off of favorites. I'm not going to work on her mods right away. All right, Darth Treya. Let's get the 7th star on her so we can just convert future shards to shard shop currency. Then we need to go into the journey here and see what we can do for the journey. Cassian needs these binoculars. We'll use them on him before anybody else. I really want him to be my next relic target. Oh, man. He needs these. I also need those for relicing characters. Let's go take a quick look at the next relic target. Does she also need that? Yeah, same piece. Same piece. So I have to farm up 2 of those within the next 2 weeks, at least. Because right now I don't have another relic target, right? Once I get Hera done, Cassian is not ready to go. Biston is not ready to go. We're missing these components. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. How much would it cost for us to buy 10 of these? 250. That's not great. It's not great, but I feel like we need to commit to him right now, see his next gear tier. And then, I mean, we've got to work just as hard on getting him to gear 12 as we do on getting our relic. Because it won't do us any good to have a relic character and no next relic to no next target. All right, I'm throwing away 250 crystals here. Yucko. And then we'll get this upgrade to Cassian. Okay, that's all we need. So we got him. He's ready to go gear 12. Maybe we should do him next instead of... Let's think about this. Maybe we should do Cassian next instead of Harrison Dula. You know what? I like that better. I like Cassian. I think we'll get stuck on med packs, right? Yeah, because we need the med packs over here as well. We need computers there. But he doesn't need that same piece. And he's using computers down here. Yeah, I think we're going to target Cassian for the next relic instead of Harrison Dula. So we got Jinta relic. We'll work on Cassian next. We'll have Hera in case we don't get one of these others. But she's got this pattern, and we've just had to fight with it for so long with these furnaces and this exact same finisher with the injector head. Just take a little break from that. Yeah, we'll switch. We'll switch to Cassian as the target. All right. I completed the last requirement for the Executor, R8 Boba. Nice, Lord of Hunger. Lord Everett says your voice is really chill and soothing. ASMR Darth Loquitur in the future. ASMR. My daughter listens to that. She listens to people chewing and whatnot. I don't get it. I'm like not entertained by it at all. But yeah, I guess people like it. Maybe I'll do some ASMR. Star Wars ASMR. Lightsaber sounds? I don't know, something. Spend the Omega just to get the pilot skills to level 8. That's the basic number for ship stats to increase. Yeah, the Omega skills do improve the ships. Blessed Carrot says, much pain doing the Cad Bane. IG-2000 pilot. Oh, the IG-88. Yeah. For what it's worth, using Adrad on my alt as the first light side team, I think it might be quite decent once he doubles. The rest of the team is all shop characters, and they're very easy to acquire. Nice. Adrad on my alt as my first light side team. Those binocs are a pain. My alt is stuck on them everywhere. Yeah, exactly. The Profundity Journey has a sickening amount of those binoculars. It really does. Like Mon Mothma needed them, Jin needed them, Hera needs them, Cassian needs them, and a bunch of these characters need them while gearing up too. Dash Rendar is in such a tough spot for these early game accounts too, because I'm stuck on this level where he needs 2 sets of Kairos. So maybe while we're working on Cassian, we're close on those computers already, right? We had 99 out of 100. So we should be able to put together like 1 set of those next week for him. So we'll lock down 1 Cairo on him next week. Yeah, we'll try that. All right, then I think that's about all we're going to do on Journey Guide. I don't feel like I need to... Well, let's look at Biston and see if there's something we need to lock down here. We've got quite a few of these, so we can lock that down. We only have 1 of these and 1 Carbanti left. Oof. And he... Oh, that's a different piece. We can put that one on. Yeah, I don't think I want to put my Carbanti on Biston. Let's find somebody else that needs a Carbanti. And I think maybe Bounty Hunter or maybe Han or Chewie. Let's look and see if we've got Han and Chewie in here somewhere. I think they're in my Profundity tab. Somewhere down here toward the bottom. Han Solo. 2 stun guns on this level, I think. Yikes. Let's give him 1 stun gun for the week. Put it there. We got 2 of those already built. That's interesting. Ooh, we only have 1 of these for the whole week. 1 Mark III projector left for the whole week. What to do, what to do. All right, let's lock these down. Because we can. And we'll lock this down. Oof. And that'll just leave him needing a stun gun at some point in the future. We don't even have the Chewie barely started, huh? Let's take a look at the level on Chewie. Get him to 85. We can start putting skills on him. Take these skills up to 7. Should we just build him tanky at first? I think maybe at first we'll just build him tanky until we can get him big enough to survive. Alright. We need that Zeta once we get him going. take a look at mods real quick. Let's do only unassigned mods. And we'll sort by speed. And we'll try to just give him generically some tankiness here. That's pretty good. It's got some offense on it. 5 speed, not great. Hey, that's got 5 speed. Let's see how much we can get. Hey, 16. That looks good. We'll sign that. Got some speed on that one too. Defense, health, main stat. Here we go. And let's see. Protection. We'll give him crit damage. Okay, and then we'll enhance this. And we'll enhance this. So he'll have, again, training wheels mods, right? A little bit of speed, a little bit of health, a little bit of survivability. 3 defense sets. Where does that put his armor right away? Let's take a look. 31%. That's pretty horrible. All right, but he's gear nothing, right? So gear 7. Oof. This takes a projector. All right, so we'll keep an eye out for him for the future. Then we want to take a look at these bounty hunters that we've got. And we separated them out into 2 teams. And we kind of wanted to play around with the idea of building this ZAM. Let's see. I can just take her to level 85. Sure, why not? I've got some money in the bank. Give her a few of the gear tiers here. Let's see. Where do we want to park her? Probably right here at gear 7. Yeah, okay. We're missing the next thing, so that's where she stays. Don't have the Omicron on her yet, so not too terribly concerned with that team at the moment. Let's give a few more levels here. I don't want to take her all the way up to 85 yet. That's expensive. Let's put her at 80. Keep a little money in the bank, and then we'll take a look at this Mando. Did I take Mando up to 85 already? Mando's at 80. I didn't want to spend money on him either. All right, so a little bit of stuff on the bounty hunter team. Nobody's got all the pluses lit up, so without those Mark III hollow projectors, we just got to kind of walk away from that team. All right, let's take a look and see if there's any more promotions or gear ups that we can do just out here in general. Without the Mark III projector, I think we're going to be probably done. I think pretty much everybody at low gear needs that same piece. And then Carbanti's higher up. So yeah, we're going to get stuck here. All right, Scarifurable Pathfinder. He's part of that Biston's U-Wing ship. We've got him to 7 stars. So that's good. He's done in that regard. No overflow shards down here to give me a bunch of stuff in the shard shop. We do have this B2. We can go ahead and just put him at 6 stars. Park him at level 1. We'll use him someday. If we can get him some low gear tiers here in a future week, then we can, stick him with the Grievous team somewhere. Oops. Okay, there we go. 6 stars. Start building him at some point later. Yeah, let's put him up on favorites. We want to remember to do work on him. L3, we can upgrade L3. Let's take her to level, I don't know, 56. Sounds good. This will be just about all of our money now. All right. And then we're stuck on this piece. Request that from the guild. All right. Well, let's take a look at ships. Catch up on chat here. TK says, I'm in a weird spot with no relic target as well. I have some gear 12. I just don't want to relic anyone that isn't in the JKL journey. Ah, neat. Roy Mercer says, DL, your frugality with the Omega materials has rubbed off on me. Last month I was pushing the bloat to 4 million for proving grounds and spent like 80% of my Omega bank, and it still hurts. Problem is, hair doesn't do anything short term. Yeah, she's not great. Yeah. All it does is improve your garbage Phoenix team, right? DL, I was wondering your take on this. I'll be gearing gas and going for Star Killer in the next coming months. After that, I'm not really sure. I'm thinking of either going for Profundity or Lord Vader. I think Profundity and Lord Vader are both great. I think Lord Vader is a commitment to spending a bunch of time on relicking characters, right? So the requirements for Lord Vader aren't that bad. You know, farm up your bad batch. Most of that stuff's not hard to get. But it takes a lot of relic levels to get Lord Vader, and then once he's done, you still need to put a bunch more relic levels on a bunch of characters. Build up your Royal Guard, a bunch of stuff like that. So it's to get that team done right is quite a commitment, but he's good. He's awesome in Conquest. It's hilarious. On my main account, you get that volatile accelerator disc and a couple of those agonize. What is it? Agony? Whatever it is. But when you do damage, it does % health damage. It puts more debuffs on them. So with Lord Vader, you come in, you do your area effect, and they all end up with like 58 damage over time as they take their first turn, and everybody just dies. It's so hilarious to watch. He's just like, bam! And the other team's like, you win. I don't know why it's so entertaining, but I love to watch it. So, yeah, he can solo a lot of Conquest content. Pretty fantastic. So, yeah, you'll like him. I was planning a flight to Orlando next Easter. Nice. You'll like Florida. That'll be fun. You're going to Disney? Orlando. All right. Let's see. Alex Contard. I'm debating who to go for next, JMK or C. JMK is all about Cat. I mean, if you can get Cat, if you have Cat, JMK is like fantastic. If you don't have Cat, JMK is like, he's okay. He's good. But he's not as good as if you can get Cat. So, and C is on my poop list, so I would vote any GL except C. That's just me. Yeah, a bunch of people in chat say the same thing. Cat JMK. Glurmit Cheeky says oink. Lol says, what's up? Hey Lol, how you doing? Got my first R8 today, went for Nest. May not be everyone's R8 first choice, but I've been happy with it so far. Nest is fantastic. I love Enfys Nest. That character is just so good. Again, it may not be the best character in the game, but she is very entertaining. I love the fact that one character can beat so many teams. And it feels good to go in like 2v5 with a Kira lead and just, smoke a team that you have no right to beat. I got my first R8 today, went for Nest. Yeah. I read that already. We're enthralled by the gear assignment, ASMR. Doesn't Chewie want tenacity? Yeah, eventually you want tenacity on the CLS version of the team. Yep. But I don't have CLS yet. I don't have a real rebel team. So I'm just kind of using Han and Chewie to mess with the opponents, just for the shoots first where I need it. So, I mean, it's not good. I mean, at Gear 7, you're not going to accomplish much. So yeah, I just put the training wheel mods on. That's all. There are a lot of characters that I just throw mods on that I plan to remod later. I don't know how you guys do it, if you wait for the right mods for a character, but I just kind of put those defense mods on him, and then I'll come back later when I actually put together the team in the right way. Inquisitor Ben Romock says hello, Inquisitors. Roy Mercer says the real Glurmit has been inactive for over a month. No? Oh, really? Huh. Didn't know that. All right. Lol says 3 million GP already is crazy. I got there a month ago. I'm a 1.5 year old account. Yeah, building ships, I tell you guys, building ships just blows up your galactic power so fast. You know, we've been working on a lot of ships on this account. Just another consumer says, oops. Wow. AP claims he got burned by Hondo. It's actually a scam. Would be so lore appropriate. As much as I love Nest, it should have been Grand Inquisitor. Well, let's see what Riva does. See if Riva saves the Inquisitors from their mediocrity. Are you thinking you'll start another new account at the new year? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about basically getting my new player guides finished and then basically just playing through one of the new player guides pretty much exactly as written. So just keep playing the early game to make sure that I'm getting it right. Blessed Carrot says, yeah, Easter, Disney, then Miami next. Nice. Good time to be in Florida. I was there in August. It's not a great choice. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot and humid in Florida that time of year. Imagine Nest getting an Omicron. Oh, that would be fantastic. I remember you saying something about relicking Beskar Mando too high for ship speed. What was the turn order that you liked for the Executor? So, on the Loquitur account, basically, what you want, if your fleet is not as good as the opponent's fleets, having a slow Razor Crest, especially if the Razor Crest is going to be slower than their Xanadu Blood, there's a combo you can do that'll pretty much kill their Xanadu Blood in your first few turns of the game. I took him to Relic 4, and Relic 4 is still too fast. I wish now that I'd even kept him down at Relic 2. Or you have to not put the Zetas on him or something. Otherwise, you have to Zeta your own, take your own Cad Bane to higher relics to get your Xanadu Blood to go faster than your Razor Crest. So it's kind of clunky. But basically, that's a strategy that you use if your Executor fleet is going to be weaker than the opposing Executors. If you're planning to buy your Executor all the way up to 7 stars and relic your characters high and just dominate the other teams, then you want a different turn order. But if you can get it so that your capital ship goes first, your Xanadu Blood goes second, and your Razor Crest goes third, that's what you want for your speeds. And the problem is that Razor Crest is so much faster than Xanadu Blood. So you either got to keep it low relics to keep it slow, or you got to over relic Cad Bane to make that ship faster. All right. I started an alt where doing a Jabba rush. What do you think? I don't know. I think farming a lot of single drop characters is going to be annoying. So if you're willing to spend on the shards, then probably it's good. Otherwise, I don't know. It's just when a journey has like 4 characters that either are single drops or not even in the game as drops yet, it's hard for me to say that that's a good journey to commit to. I just don't like paying that much for stuff. One thing to keep track of for the new player guide, I'm running troopers and I can't get enough stars for mod challenges. I'm running troopers and I can't get enough stars for mod challenges. What troopers are you running? Because in the very early game, if you run both Ide and Versio, she's on the same node as Vulture Droid, so you're going to get her anyway. You get Iden and you get Range Trooper. And between those two, there is a lot of protection recovery. So you keep those troopers alive for a very long time. Low gear Dark Trooper is not great for missions. He dies pretty easily because each instance he only has, he has very low life and health for each instance of the stacks. And until you get him strong enough, a lot of times the enemy team can like 1 or 2 shot each stack of the Dark Trooper, and then he really doesn't get healed or rezzed. So he's not a great character for your starting trooper team either. DL, I want to do a collab soon. Think we could do a meme review. Well, if it's the real Glormit, then yeah. I mean, I'm always willing to work with other people, so we can do whatever. I don't really do the meme stuff though, so it's you'd be better off doing that with somebody else. Not a big meme player, meme guy. Can you just put better mods on CAD and low mods on Bando? Yeah, that's what I did on my main account. I don't know if anybody remembers, but I farmed up a 1-dot mods for my Beskar Mando to slow him down. It was pretty awful. So I basically had a Beskar Mando that was completely useless as a character because I had to remove 2 of his mods and put the rest on as 1-dot mods to get the set bonus. And it was at the right speed, but then it just made him completely useless as a character, so that was a pretty awful way to do it. Iden Veer's Dark Range Gideon. Problem is most were 3-star by 50, needs 5 stars for the best mod challenges. Okay. 3 stars by 50. I mean, you can always buy the Stormtrooper out of the shop, though. That character is so easy to put stars on. So you automatically get better stars there. Iden's not double drop yet, right? She's still single drop, I think. I think so. Lol says I would very much enjoy a DL meme review. I would just be deadpanning and making fun of the memes. All right, let's get in here on ships. A lot of chat going on tonight. Thanks for all the chats, guys. That's fun. All right, Rebel Y-Wing, we can get up to the next star. We've got some ship Omegas, so let's go ahead and put 1 here. We'll put the 5 cost one down. Put the 5 cost one down to here. And we'll put the... yeah, for the base... that's the basic, right? Is that the basic attack? Yeah, I'm not going to spend that much on his basic attack. I know that every skill makes this ship better, but that feels like too much to spend on a basic. Alright, 75, we've got 225. We'll go ahead and commit that. Again, just committing skills to make the ship better. And then we've got 30. Alright, let's just keep looking. See what else we got. Oot Rider, we can take to 6 stars now too. On the final stretch for both of them. Get this, let's see, 5% turn meter for each critical hit. This is the basic. We pretty much have to give them all of this, right? Outrider gains critical chance in the ground. Yeah, that's huge. That's a lot of critical. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that for this week, and then we'll pump that middle one next week. If we get to ship Omegas. Piston's U-Wing, not too much we can do over there. Cassian's U-Wing, maybe we could get some skills on this. Nope. We can, nope. I don't want to spend ship Omegas on this ship. It's just a reinforcement. It'll have a couple good characters in it, but, I mean, it really doesn't need the investment. See if there's anything else that I want to put effort into. Razor Crest, if only we had the Beskar Mando, we'd be good to go there. Let's look at Home 1 briefly. Home 1's about as good as it's going to get. For now. Still got a pretty good chunk of money. What else do we need to build up? We're going to need the Slave 1 for the event for the Hans Millennium Falcon. So let's go ahead and level that up. Take a look at these skills. Seismic charge is pretty good. The start of the battle, or when reinforced. That's really good. But we're going to save up and keep putting the ship Omegas on those rebel ships that we need. What else? What else? What else? What else? We can just leave that in the bank. Save it for next week. Oh, Millennium Falcon. We still need to level up the Millennium Falcon. Oh, 84. Alright, we'll take it to 84. We'll dump everything. One level away. So close. Ship level required 85. Alright. That'll do it for the money. The money's all gone now. Hound's Tooth. Oh, we need to put that ship Omega on too at some point. We've got this up to 6 stars. Yeah, we definitely need to put that Hound's Tooth on next week. Get that topped off. This IG-2000 has been so awful to farm. It's just been super annoying. Because the Xanadu Blood, I started farming them roughly at the same time. And the amount of Xanadu Blood shards that I've gotten is, I think, reasonable. Right? We're at 58 out of 100. And on this ship, we're at 57 out of 85. It's like 85 shards behind Xanadu Blood. It's crazy. I may actually have to start farming this twice a day at some point if I want to stay on track. Because this thing should be to 100 by, or you know, on the last leg at least. So that's a bit frustrating. That's about what we can do in ships. All right. My Xanadu Blood is 1 speed slower than my Razor Crest, says Alex Contard. Yeah, nice. That's where you want it. Oh, no, your Xanadu Blood is 1 speed slower. It'll probably work out in most combats, though, because they target and they mass assist on your Razor Crest, and that causes it to get the breach on it. So that'll slow it down, and it'll go after Xanadu blood anyway. So it'll work out in all combats where the enemy capital ship targets your Xanadu or your Razor Crest first. Some progress in conquest here. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3 boxes, almost to the 4th box. Working on Zone 4. All right. Let's catch up on chat again. I understand Xanadu blood should be first and then Razor Crest. Yeah. Yep. Does anyone want to review my roster? Alex says it sucks. R9 Inquisitor squad with all Omicrons, including the lead Omicrons. Hey DL, Obticeo is looking awesome. I've decided to slowly go for Jabba. I'm going to be limited by my Get One currency for Jedi Knight Luke. You can get around that now though, Strize. So if your Get One currency on Wampa and Hermit Yoda is the, let's say, the limiting factor on that, there's a pack that isn't bad. So especially if you're, like, let's say, in a position where you need both, you can buy this pack with crystals and you'll get some hits on these characters. So if I wanted to accelerate my Jedi Knight Luke and I didn't have either one of these characters fully built, I would come in here and buy this, like, I don't know, however many times you can afford. Do it once a week for 10 weeks, something like that. You'll average about 15 shards, so 10 purchases would get you 150 shards. And if it was evenly distributed, it might be like, 40 to 50 shards of each one of those characters, right? And then you'd get some of these too. And then you could build off of it from there, just keep building from there. But that, if you could get like 40 shards of each one of these, that saves you, 80 shards would save a ton of time. And if you're willing to spend money, you can get 60 shards here and 40 shards here. And these are actually, they're not good values in terms of spending money, but you can't get these shards otherwise, right? They only come out of the game in certain areas. But these aren't bad. They're not bad to invest in, and just like you would refresh the Executor journey, basically you're doing the equivalent of refreshing the Executor journey to get it to 7 stars. You're just doing it on the Get One characters so that you don't have to wait as long for Get One. All right. Just checked, my Alt and Obticeo are 3 skill rating apart. Would be cool matchup. Hey, Vels. Man, if we match up, you got to do it live, though, bro. We would have to do it together. I would love to be able to do it at the same time. Does anyone know when Malgus shards will come to the shop? I'll be 10 shards away. Oh, man, 10 shards away. That's close. My grandson spent the weekend, so I'm behind on Conquest in my accounts. DL, do you give out the Loquitur ally code? I'd love to be able to look at the mods and all that. Yeah, all my stuff is public information. So my codes, my SwigOGG, all that stuff. If you go to the Discord, there's a channel. I think it says about Loquitur, and it's got all that information in there. Yep, none of it's a secret. Glermit Cheeky says he loves me. I don't know if I believe that. I'll make the best memes for you to review, then we can do the Fortnite dances together. You'll have to teach me how to do that, though. I entered a dance competition once. I got dead last. Deserved dead last. Can't dance. Some people dance and it looks like they're having fun. I dance. It looks much like a seizure. People call 911 and try to get me taken away. So, yeah, it's not great. Not great. The Fortnite dances would be a fail, I gotta say. You're better off buying the Bounty Hunter ship pack for IG 2000. Oh, instead of doing the extra refreshes. So there's a Bounty Hunter pack for the IG. Let's see. Yeah, these are all pretty bad values, though. This is like literally the best value in the game. This for an early game player, anybody willing to spend $100 on the hyperdrive bundle should just immediately click this button as well. I just, buy that. And if you're a free-to-play player and you don't want to spend any money on the game and you're leveling up from level 1, still, that $25 will put you so far ahead in fleet so fast that it's worth it. It will make you happy. They should come to the Conquest. Malgus should be in there in the next round of Conquest. Who's better, Bosk or Boba? Oh, Bosk by far. Absolutely. Blessed Carrot says I did buy that pack. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that pack is fantastic. All right, let's go set up Grand Arena. Let's get in there. Sign up. I got to go over to the Loquitur account, and I got to sign up on the Loquitur account at the same time. I do not want to risk that I forget. Grand Arena. Sign up. Okay. Edit my defenses. So what I think I'm going to do, we'll go in here. We're going to put down this Mon Mothma team with this relic Jinn in here. No, we're not going to do that. We are not going to do that. We're going to take this Jinn out, and we're going to put in some other Oompa Loompa. What do we have that's a rebel fighter that can go in there and look threatening? Him. Is this the guy with the... I always got to look. 40% chance to gain turn meter. Okay. He's even got some kind of mods on him. Alright. So we're going to set this as a defense. Relic Mon Mothma, nothing else relict, but just try to threaten the opponent a little bit. We're going to remove this squad. And I think, based on the mediocrity of the Rogue One squad, I think I'm going to try it on defense. See if it even slows anybody down. We'll do this. Biston. And, boy, I don't know. And this guy can be annoying, so we'll put him in. We will put him on defense, just single relic teams on defense. And the point of these teams is not to win. The point of those teams will be for the opponent to use up good stuff that they might otherwise save. I think we're going to start saving crew for offense. You know what? No, we're not. We're going to put him on defense. But what we're going to do is we're going to put Vader back here. Gonna put Vader on the back wall. Again, this is purely experimental. Mara Jade, and then crew. So we'll just make them use a few teams to beat that mediocrity up front. And then, you know, maybe they didn't save enough to go against this Vader. It's not that great of a team, but Vader and crew together on the team hopefully can just hold him off long enough for him to do his thing and throw debuffs everywhere. Yeah, if we're going to do this, though, we really should put the Zeta here. Really should put the Zeta there. Yeah, well, we'll leave it that way for now. Let's add a squad. And let's do Phoenix. With this crazy Gear 12 Syndulla. That's going to be terrifying. I mean, the opponents are going to come in here and they're going to look at this zone and they're going to be like, I quit. He's got Gear 12 Phoenix. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Save Qui-Gon for offense. Ooh, you know what else we could do? Again, just to make the opponent not know what's going on, we can do this Rebel team. With the Omicron on Akbar, you know, it maybe just seems a lot more threatening than it really is. Okay, so we got Fin Poe, we've got just hot garbage up front. They're going to get through that, no problem. Lol says if we match up, I know what's on your back walls. Wasted credits and gear on Night Sisters. You know, Night Sisters get an assault battle. Any team that gets assault battle challenge tier 1 is worth it. If you stop with your Night Sisters without relicking DACA, then it's been a waste. Get DACA to Relic 5 or Relic 7, and you can do the Assault Battle Challenge Tier 1, and then the Night Sisters are already worth it. Get Mother Talzin to 7 stars. You unlock 2 extra Zetas every month. Also worth it. Alright, let's think about fleets, because if we put another good fleet here, we're going to have absolutely nothing on offense. And we may in fact need to do, we may need to cheese this a little bit. So let's put that down with Bosk. Where's Bosk? And we'll reinforce with an IG and a Xandu Blood. We'll kind of include the bounty hunters ships into this Malevolence fleet. And that's going to allow me to keep my Geos as a separate fleet. So we can do this. And then we'll have Geos on offense and the Galactic Republic on offense. So that means that we can put either Empire or Rebels. What would an Empire team look like here? We could do TIE bomber. Oh man, that TIE bomber's way down there. It's the First Order TIE. There's the Imperial TIE. And we'll bring in Vader as a reinforce. Put in another one of these bounty hunter ships here. And I feel like we need just one more piece of garbage to throw in here. I guess we can put that ship in there for now. Basically, that leaves me 3 fleets on offense. I can put the Geos, I can do Galactic Republic, and I can do some kind of rebel fleet as cleanup. So if the Geos or the Galactic Republic fail, then I can do the cleanup team. So basically the Malevolence is going to be a mediocre version of the Malevolence. And gotta hope it holds. Lol says, I think y'all are misunderstanding the level my Night Sisters are at. How many crystals do you spend on conquest refreshes? On this account, I've spent probably 3 or 4 refreshes. So on the very first day or 2, you actually can use quite a few teams on these early sectors, and you can get your stamina back. So what I do when I'm fighting through sector 1 and 2, I'll use a lot of different teams, and when they're at full energy, I'll use a refresh and keep pushing. By the time I get to sector 3 and sector 4, there's only a few teams I have: the Vader team, the Trooper team, and the clones that are still very effective. And then I'm waiting on stamina, and I don't need to do refreshes anymore. So I've only done 3 or 4 refreshes on this account. And we'll only get to box 5. Remember, I'm not pushing for box 6 or 7, just pushing for box 5, and kind of with a take what you can get strategy for conquest. We're not even buying the pass on this because we're still in normal conquest. When we get to hard, we'll buy the pass. Night Sisters are also an obnoxious team with the revives. As a back wall defense, if you can't overwhelm them, they'll just keep coming back. That's true. Yeah, that's true. If you can't beat them, they're hard to beat. Night Sisters always find some way to make some counter of mine just become completely irrelevant, because they all just come back and stun lock me. If they were required for a legendary, they would be insanely popular, but they're really only needed for an assault battle. TK says I usually waste troopers on Night Sisters. Yeah. 150,000 galactic power of Night Sisters can be beaten by about 80,000 worth of troopers. So that's a pretty strong arm matchup. As long as you can kill one, you can kill them all. What's the whole thing with Nest and Night Sisters? Is it just a Ma Massage Daka Zombie is a wall, and then Nest is a completely separate wall that needs a separate counter? So yes, having Nest in there is kind of the way. So if people take in a team like Troopers or Bounty Hunters that can deal with the Night Sisters pretty easily, some of those teams just time out against Nest. So if you're not paying attention to the fact that Nest is in there and you need high single target damage at the right time, then you can get locked out of that. It just and the area effect days from Nest also is pretty nasty just in general. so it helps with the Night Sisters. And even if you kill Nest, unless you executed her, Daka can bring back non-Night Sister characters. And I think people forget that sometimes. And they'll go in and they'll maybe have a way to kill Nest. But this Chant of Resurrection at the highest level says, revive a random defeated Night Sister ally with a 35% chance to revive other defeated allies. So there is a chance that that she will also bring back Enfys Nest. She can also bring back Galactic Legends, resurrect SLKR and stuff like that, which is weird but true. Hyena Bomber and Vulture Droid farms are killing me at the moment. Are you walled by JML in Sector 4? When you have a character that you feel like is too powerful for your team, or proves too powerful for your team, a lot of these teams become beatable. So like, let's say I did get stuck on the end boss here, on Luke or something. You can use initial tether tech. This is the battle of attrition, right? He starts with a billion stacks of something, isn't that right? Yeah, total concentration, and you can't beat him till that goes away. So you can do something like, buy overcharged protection pack and get the protection recovery discs and stuff like that, so that you could just keep living. So then you could take in like a clone team or something like that, soup them up with these consumables just for that battle, win that battle, and move on. So if you have good enough teams, you shouldn't be gated behind anything in Conquest. You just have to use your consumables at some point. Use them up in the right way. Does anyone know of a good counter to Padme? You can counter Padme with an Empire team with Vader. You just have to be very careful about how you apply your debuffs. And a lot of times Vader needs to actually throw off on his first turn and do a basic, so that you don't trigger any crazy stuff. So you basic General Kenobi, and then when you go into your Merciless Massacre, you gotta try to get a quick call off on either Anakin or Padme herself, depending on who's weaker. I don't know about this Vader team on defense. That's throwing away a really good offensive tool. But we've got to try to catch him on this back wall somehow, right? So I think what I'll do is I'll set this up this way, and if my opponent just has tons of stuff and I know they're going to bring a bunch of good stuff on offense, then I'll just throw another garbage defense back here. And you know what? Let's make the garbage defense the standard. And we'll put Vader on when it makes sense to put him there. We'll do it the other way around. We'll put a different team here, and then we'll put Vader on when it makes sense to do that based on our scouting. So we can just put the Night Sisters down here for now, just to have a team to fill the spot. We'll see what the opponent does and then decide what team to put down. Maybe an Iden team can look good in certain circumstances, maybe Vader. So we'll try to pick something that he'll have a hard time beating. All right, that's going to be the setup. TK says, dang, wife is dragging me to Costco. All right, see you, TK, if you're not already going. Don't do Nest if there's a C-3PO. That's true. C-3PO messes up Nest. So does Mace Windu. Mace, if Mace is in the Padme team, it's pretty much a no-go, because he'll reduce her health with the I keep wanting to call it Vapod, but that's not what. Yeah, whatever that's called. The debuff that he puts on, and yeah, so no mace, no C3PO. Oh, TK threw me a super chat, $10. Hey, thanks TK, you're the man. I appreciate that. Nice. Alex Contard says he's off to eat dinner. Nice. Treya lead with Nest is sweet. Yeah, putting Treya in even as a low level character, just put the Zeta on her lead, and then either with Geos or with some other teams, like even clones that assist a lot. It could be Mon Mothma teams. I mean, Treya Nest kills Mon Mothma teams pretty easily. Pretty fantastic. I just used a Treya solo and thought y'all said this should work. Watt solo usually works for me, says Lol. Nice. Glimmer's Cheeky's going to try that. Cool. Mothma, Watt, 3PO, and Hermit's a good team. No one ever sees it coming. There used to be a bug in the game where people would play 3 of those characters in 3v3s, and you would enter it, and you would win instantly, and it would flag the cheating algorithm in the game, and your account would get banned for cheating instantly. So you could beat your opponent if you wanted to be a jerk, put those 3 in there, get an instant win, and your account would be banned and you'd lose the GAC. Pretty awful, huh? He must be playing Lord of the Rings. That's funny. He's advertising for the new Lord of the Rings version of Swigo. It must be a troll faction. Raid Shadow Legends, yeah. Treya Nihilus Scion disappointed me? Oh, man. How can the Triumvirate disappoint you? They're so good. And they also beat Padme. Lord of Hunger said that bug was fake. DL, people just made it up. No, it was not fake. That was a real thing. That was a real thing for a couple GACs like 2 years ago. When they first came out with 3v3. Yep. That was not a made up thing. It didn't happen to me, but I'm familiar with someone that it did happen to. What's a good counter to Geos? Van Ward says everything counters Geos. Trio didn't kill the bugs. Probably not enough gear. Yeah, I mean, you have to have a tank. Treya's good, but you still have to be able to soak the Geos hits. Kylo Ren unmasked is good. You can just, if you've got him built, you can just put in Treya crew, and that'll beat a lot of Geo teams. And crew keeps counterattacking, which is nice. So the whole time they're attacking him, he's counterattacking. And sometimes they'll get low and he'll kill somebody just from the counterattack. It's pretty fantastic. Treya, Nest, Wampa, Imps, Vader, you name it. Yeah, there's a lot of things that beat Geo, but you have to beat them. You have to beat them, you know. And that's why I put the Geos on the back wall, because a lot of the things that beat Geos also beat Mon Mothma. So if I can use the Mon Mothma team to draw out the opponent's Vader or Treya, and then they find the Geos on the back wall, it makes them harder. The other thing that makes Geos harder that I found on my Loquitur account, especially because a lot of other players don't have good mods, I made my Geo Spy super fast. He was 290 speed for a long time. And that messed with so many opponents. I don't even know how many times people brought in like a Vader solo. And the Geo Spy goes first, puts a debuff, triggers everybody to go. Geo Soldier gets turn meter. He goes, applies a debuff. Spy gets turn meter and executes Vader before he even gets to take a turn. His first turn is him with an ability block if he gets it, and then Geo Spy just yeets him out of the game. And yeah, so people who try to get clever with my Geo team, and that super fast Geo Spy would just come out of nowhere and surprise them. All right. Jawas work, but are messy versus Geos. Oof. Building Jawas even worse than building Night Sisters. Yeah, it takes a long time to find the priority to work on Jawas. All right, guys. Well, that's probably going to be it for me for the Obticeo account update for this week. We showed you Conquest. We upgraded characters. We did ships. We answered questions. We set up for Grand Arena. Nothing more to be done here. Got another relic on the account, so that's good. On track for that profundity in about, I think we got probably about 10 weeks left to go, so almost, let's say 2.5 to 3 months left to go, and we'll get that profundity in this account. So right about 1 year, we'll be able to pull down the profundity, and probably could have done it faster, well, if the profundity had even existed, but but yeah, so that'll put us in interesting shape. And then, by the end of the year, I'll have to make a decision whether I'm going to continue with this account or whether I'm going to restart and keep playing the early game with another account. So we will have to see how that all works out. And you guys can feel free to tell me what you want, Give me, give me feedback in the comments or over in Discord on whether you want to see me keep playing Obticeo or whether you want to see me keep starting new accounts so that I'm always got new content relevant for new players. All right, we're going to wrap it up there. I will remind everybody to hit that like saber on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Appreciate it if you do. It helps me and it helps the channel. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. No reason for anybody not to come over and hang out over there. There's a lot of good conversations. And even if you're not a talkative player, you can just hang out and watch what everybody else is saying and learn a lot about the game. Alrighty, everybody. That'll wrap it up for week 40 on the Obticeo account. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next Holocron.